the bell system scheduling, bell systems, the intercom announcements, and then as well as emergency lockout, or emergency procedures.
Okay.
So this is what it popped up on, right? So everyday communications. So if you look on that, it says live paging, pre-recorded audio sequences.
Okay.
Okay, so the live paging, that's not quite set up yet. Pre-recorded audio. So this will be your school by schools. You'll only be able to do it by your school anyway. So you don't need to change this. You don't need to change this. This is already set up. For instance, this is the bell. You click that. It says, do you really want to do that? We hit yes. Okay, and then it does it. Unfortunately, like I was explaining to Renee,
Renee.
Okay, Renee earlier, we're still working on getting everything integrated, the audio, because there's a speaker right here, so normally you'd be able to hear it in here. And that's something we'll have done before school starts, but we're still have to work on that integration to get that up. So you won't be able to hear some of the stuff that we're doing, unfortunately. And so what that would normally sound like is your bell will just do a ding, 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 so you know that, and that's what the bell usually is. So if you wanted to do something here, then you'd be able to do that from the desk. The nice thing is that console, excuse me, that console will do all of this stuff as well. So I'm just gonna kind of go do a brief overview of this stuff, and then we'll go with the console, because that's what you're gonna use for multi communications.
Okay.
Right, so you can, if it's too loud, you can turn it down, and in most of the offices, they should have volume control, so you can turn it down or off. So you have that option to be able to turn those down as well.
Okay.
So,
Is that what the thing in the wall is?
that has
Yeah, the
silver,
numbers?
yeah, it has 1 through 10.
Yes.
There's volume controls.
Okay.
So if you go to tools, and then you go to schedule, right? So I hurried up and just did one earlier today. So what you do is you do a new, and I'll get the information for you and help you with this a little bit more. But you would type in here, that's what it is. We'll just do I'll just give you a bell, just so that you can see the difference. So in here, when you click on this, it highlights the whole thing. So if you were typing in anything that starts with a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can just type in that number. But if it starts with a 1, if it's like say 1 o'clock p.m., you have to go 0, 1. Okay, so because you have 11 and 12, and so if you were doing 11 o'clock, you do 1, 1, or 12 o'clock, you do 12. Okay.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
Steve,
Yes,
are you scheduling all of our bills?
I just need to get the schedule.
you guys will be trained to do it
You said
yourself.
no, we're
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
we'll go, the three of us will go more in depth in this. Like I said, I'll have you actually do it with me sitting next to you.
We'll help, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll help.
Just I know on the old system, Steve had
Yeah, no,
did it
you're
all.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a lot easier than others.
But you said you'd initially set us up.
Yes,
this
yes,
week.
yes, totally.
Okay.
We'll get you all set up.
Yeah,
Question on that,
yes, sir.
it says entered at 01, can you do military time at 13, I would think it's 1 p.m.
I don't think it's set, I think we could set it up that way, but I don't think we will. No, it's not. So you have to type in 01.
Okay.
But if it's 2 o'clock, then you just type in 2. It's only with the 1.
Okay.
Okay. So for instance, we'll do, school starts or we want to do a pre-bell. The school normally starts at 9 o'clock, like my kids do, so we'll do 8. And we'll do 55, 00 is the seconds. So hour, minute, seconds. And then if I'm just doing an AM, I just hit 0 again, and it'll change it to AM. Okay. If I want this to be PM, I type in a P, and it changes it to PM. Okay.
We would need seconds.
I don't need seconds, but that's what it calls for. So if the only time you'd be doing seconds is if you were going to inject something like a different thing saying, like in high schools, they'll put music in. So if you want to do it,
Like the last 15 seconds
Right,
of
like-
playing music
right.
so they hustle around.
right, so they know that it's, so that's what that would be for. Okay, and then the action is going to play audio tones. So the audio tones would be like the sound of a bell, right? And so we don't really need to change that for this one. So we're gonna go down here, and we'll scroll down a little minute. We normally do chime for the bells, locations. So we have a whole bunch of different zones that we can do. Usually for bells in general, like if you had a kindergarten bell that you just wanted it just to go off in the kindergarten, like in midday or whatever, then you could just go here to kindergarten, put that in a row, if we know what zones or what room, classrooms or zones, like so, if room 22 and 33 were kindergarten, then I could put that in there so that all you have to do is click this, and it would just go into that room. If I don't know what rooms they are, then it's just gonna be, it'll be on the list, but it's not gonna page anything, because I don't know what to add it to. Does that make sense?
So do you know?
I don't.
So how do we tell you?
We get one of your maps and circle it and say first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade.
Kind of the same thing you did with me.
Or,
Bill says,
yeah, so,
Okay,
so
so
that's
that needs to be done ASAP, right?
probably, yeah.
before school starts.
Yeah, so that being said, you can do that, so we're going to choose, because it's the first, free bell, we're gonna go here, it says all zones, click on all zones. Right, and you can click multiple zones.
I have another question real quick. Can the computer play a sample of the bell, or does it have to be over a speaker? Like, you know,
That's why I was asking about this, why we would have to hear it in the office.
we probably zone that speaker out for bells out of the office.
We can,
No, I was just wondering, if you were
On average-
testing, do you have to hear it through a speaker?
I have to look into it to see if we can do it that way, so you can just hear it directly on the computer that you're working on, or if it has to go through.
So it gives you a general idea.
I'll let you know. So, and then the duration, on
Because
average.
Renee likes to play with those and figure out which one she likes, we don't wanna hear, practicing.
Oh, there you go.
All day long through the speakers.
I'll give you that, I'll get that information, but as far as actually stuff working as a whole, like is the bell going off, it's not in here.
Right.
Okay, so I usually put 6 seconds, on average, that's how long our bells are, it's not too long, but it's long enough for everybody to hear it. And then, I always like to name it, right, because you'll see, that they add up pretty quick, right, so we'll just do pre-bell. Then hit add, it shows up here. The nice thing is once we populated one, this is set to go, this is ready to go, this is ready to go, this is ready to go. The only thing we have to change is the time and the name, unless I'm going to change it to for specific. Like in first grade, you have a first grade bell that only goes off in first grade, that's when you have to change the location is.
Okay.
Okay, so with this one, we'll do 9 o'clock. And we'll do this, start bell.
One thing we can do, because you guys are so busy, we can program the bells for you, or have him do it. And then when you do your changes, we can meet together, and if there will be changes, some tweaks, have you make tweaks.
Right.
Okay.
So that way,
And I finished the master schedule yesterday, I got last of the stuff from the teachers I needed, so I can send you all that now.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for.
So the only reason why I'm doing this part really
So
quick
we're
right
good
now with
now.
everybody is so it's because it goes to the calendar next. So we've got, so I named it because sometimes if you mess up on something, you can just scroll, look down, okay, it's this one, and then you can just hit edit, right? So edit, and it goes to that, and then I'll just change whatever I needed to change on there, then hit save. If I wanted to copy one of these, so like if it was a first grade bell, and I wanted to copy it and have it hit the same zone, but I wanted to change the time and change it to, a second recess after lunch, then all you have to do is change the time, and then second grade, second bell, whatever. Okay, and you have to hit save, because if you just change screens, it's not gonna save it, and then you haven't done anything. So make sure you always hit save. Okay, so let's go to calendar. Okay, so we've got the bell, and then I have a Monday through Thursday. So if you click on this recycle button here, right, we're gonna wanna go weekly. There's daily, which you can set it for a specific day, but normally you're gonna use like weekly, and then if say it's Monday through Thursday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that statement that those are the only days it's gonna fill in, right? So if I wanna do that, it starts today. If I want it just, and after 10 days, or if there's a certain amount of time period I wanna do it, this will only do it up to 1 year, right? So if you know what the schedule, or what the last day of school is, you can put this, go to it, put it in, we'll just go to the end of the month for this one, just because I'm just showing you, and then hit enter. If it's blue, it means that it's part of that whole, that piece, right? So say this day right here, we have a, actually let's just go here, so it's a drag and drop, so you click on it, drag it to what day, and then it'll show up.
sorry.
No, that's just typical, there we go. So the orange is something that you drug over and drop on it, a one-time thing only, it'll only go off that day. The blue means that it's, part of a schedule, a longer schedule, right? If you want to, like I said, if you click on, you have to click on the actual name of it, drag it over, drop it, it says Bell, that's it's only gonna go out that day. So if you have an assembly, you just wanna do it that one day, you can just come down here, a list of whatever you have here, drag it and drop it. If there's something on that day already, you click on it, it says, remove, this occurrence only, remove all occurrences, of the schedule, edit this, the recurring pattern. So what we wanna do is we just wanna remove this one, so hit yes, positive yes, right? So I wanna do, if I wanted to drag another day,
Can you just silence it for that day?
you just delete, you can just delete it.
But you can't.
You can't just silence it,
You
because
can't.
it's just gonna run it, run the
Okay.
schedule. If it's on this calendar, it's gonna run it.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just go to it, click on it, delete it for
So
that
like
day.
if we had assemblies that day and it was full school, we could just delete it then.
Mhm.
Cause you're gonna have a whole series of these for that day.
Right, so basically what you have is your normal schedule for Monday to Tuesday, right? And for the day that assembly's at, you would do a schedule, write the schedule out for that day, right? And then you just save it, and then it'll show up here, assembly, right? And then you just grab on that assembly, drag it over to it, drop it, and then it'll be whatever you have that scheduled for that day.
This is a function that you have the ability to do 8 schedules in your last system. You only ever used one. You had a Friday schedule that was built into the Monday through Friday schedule. Now you can have your teacher conference schedule,